Namaskar, Uday Shankar ji.
Namaskar.
It's a great pleasure. You know, your work has been the work of a genius. You really freed the body from the conventional patterns of dance schools that we had in our country, and actually created a language for the body which was highly original and at the same time very modern. Now, when did you first dance? I mean, dance before the public?
Oh, that was in, I think, 1920.
1920. And
when I was a student in London.
Oh yes, you were a student of the arts.
And I used to dance for the students and all that. Then Lady Dorabji Tata, she got to know about me. And we had a sort of India Day in Wembley exhibition.
Yes, that's what you said. Yes.
And I have to dance a dance. I did not know what I was going to dance on, but something came in my hand. I'll do a dance of Shiva.
Why Shiva?
I don't know how it happened, and what I did I don't know. But it was great success. And that caught up, just from there.
And when was your last production? Shankar's was the last one?
Yes, Shankar's was the last one.
That was in 1971, I think.
72,
72.
Also.
72. It started in 72. That means from 20 to 72, 52 years you have been working as an active artist. And my God, it's quite some time. And you have been honored by so many great people of our country, like our Rashtrapatis and our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru also. And
well, they were very kind. And they understood, because they have been so much in Europe and they knew about Europe. And they realized what it was I was doing, Because generally in our country, even well-to-do people, they think that you mix up Western dance and Eastern dance and present to them. That's what we are doing. Even my brother Robu's music has been said like that. Never so.
Yeah.
If that happens, they will shut the door. Absolutely, we can never go. I have traveled years and years their country, because we don't know our own, we don't know theirs, but they know their own very well.
Yeah.
That's why they want to learn and see more of our work.
Yeah, that's true. And they can find out what's phony.
Quite.
Yeah.
Quite.
But how did it first strike you, this idea of dancing? How did it get into your head that you could dance?
But
did it something?
You will laugh at it if I tell you. My mother, my mother is responsible for that.
Yes.
In my childhood, I had other brothers, 3 or 4 brothers. She never had a daughter. She wanted a daughter, I think. She used to dress me up beautifully with saris and all kind of things.
As a girl?
She will take off the bangle and put on my ear and put on the gramophone and say, dance. And I did anything I wanted. I went on.
Or whatever came into your head?
Or whatever came in my head, or imitated the people I've seen, or wanted to do different way of their movement and so on. So I'm thankful to my mother first.
We all are. We all are. That's how it started.
That's how it started.
And then you started doing this thing after 1920, when it caught up, as you said. And you felt that you could really dance. And was it after that you met Madame Pavlova?
Yes, it is through Mrs. Sen. When Mr. Sen was inspected, I got to know. They have seen me, and she took me to Anna Pavlova. And Anna Pavlova had been to India, but she could not get a teacher or any artist to go from here.
I see.
So she found me and I danced for her. I don't know what I danced, believe me, but she liked it very much. And after a few days she proposed to me that I had to do 2 ballets for her. And I said, she gave me entire responsibility to find out what to do.
You must have
So
done
I
that.
arranged one, I gave the name of Radha Krishna and Hindu marriage.
I see.
And she liked it very much. And then we started to work.
Hmm.
So in the dance she used to be Radha, I used to be
The Krishna.
Krishna, and whole lot of girls to work. I had to teach them all the movement, even Anna Pavlova, the movements and all that. And it was wonderful to work.
And that must have been very exciting.
Very exciting. I did not know what was ballet, what was that. How I did it, I don't know really, believe me. And I went on working because I used to see them work.
Hmm.
And what I appreciated, they work. The work is God.
Mhm.
You understand? It's not like us. We work, we say, oh, we'll go on work, and what is work? We are paid for it, we'll work. But there they are not. Work is God.
Yeah, that's
And that I learned really that much. And it did good to me.
certainly. It's very, very important that we learn that in our country.
And sometimes, I used to work 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes even 14 hours.
Practice.
Just went on producing, creating new movement and new movement and new movement.
By yourself?
By
Oh,
myself. Nobody there, all alone in a...
My God, where did you do these things?
You can hire in Paris
Yes.
a small room. There you can have a piano and just do it. You can
And who
play.
strums the piano? You get a man for that?
Yes, when I finish the creation, otherwise I used to be all alone.
I see.
And
I
just
see.
create the movement
This is
and
good.
put it in rhythm and then ask the pianist to play. Used to give also some kind of melody, what I knew.
This, I think, is very important for our young people to learn, to know that one should be that serious about one's work. And there is another point. How did this first creation of yours with Pavlova went on? I heard it was praised very much.
Oh, you see, it was like I was in trance. I went on working. Whenever they rehearsed, I went on rehearsing hours and hours. And that day came, great day came. It was in Royal Opera House, Covent Garden, London.
In London.
And that was given. I don't know how it passed, the whole thing passed beautifully. Next day, I went to this newspaper sellers and Times of London and all that. Says, this is the first time Madame Pavlova has given such a colorful ballet that ever we have seen.
Okay.
And then naturally my name came out, and that caught up. It is like, you get into a sort of, I wanted to go on with it.
Yes.
Once Pablo took me to America. For 9 months I traveled. British Columbia, Canada, Mexico, all over
The Western
dance.
Hemisphere.
9 months. So I got fed up because they used to give me only chance in my own ballet. And sometimes they did 1 month other things.
Yeah.
So I said to Madam, please let me do something. For nothing, you spend so much for me, I am doing nothing.
Oh, you said that you wanted to go on as a super.
Super, like,
Yes.
Extra people they
Yes,
engage. And she got angry with me. She said, no, you should be ashamed of thinking of such a thing to take this kind of dance. Never learn our dance. Go back to India, get something from there, prepare a troupe and bring it to our country. We want to learn more. We want to see more of India. We want to understand more India.
This, I think, is very, very important.
And I did so afterwards.
Yes, you did very well. And then you formed your own
troupe.
Yeah.
I took my brother Ravi Shankar,
Yes.
other 2 brothers, Devendra Shankar, Rajendra Shankar, Then I took my mother also, so that they will have food. And we all, my one cousin also, and friends. I made a little troupe. Rehearsed well in India already. Then about 4 or 5 months rehearsal in Paris, where I took up a house and rehearsed. And my first show was given in Grand Theatre Champs-Élysées. Great success. About 2,000 to 3,000 people were written and could not get ticket. Half an hour show stopped. Police came all round to see if there is one place left. No place. Then he shouted, "Voyons, il n'y a pas de place." Allez, vous tout le monde. Ladies torn their costumes, some people were pickpocketed, and all kind of trouble. Hundreds of people, thousands of people gathered, they could not get ticket. That was my first starting with the troupe, which I took with my family. And Robo was very small then.
You must have been.
Which today also will be playing most probably in Calcutta.
Yes, I think he is now in Calcutta. And then with that troupe you toured the whole of Europe and also America, is it?
Oh, went on like this since
Everywhere.
1922 to 37, 36 I did. Then every kind of theatres, all kind of. Then only record is kept from 37 to 39. 7 years or 8 years kept record.
Oh, the records.
Afterwards I went to East Africa, China, when we were China Hindi Bhai Bhai. I went to China.
Yes.
They loved our work.
Yeah, and I heard that Chavan Lai was also very.
Yes, he
impressed
invited
with
me
it.
personally.
Yes,
He invited
that's what
me.
I heard. Now, about all these years, do you want to say something, I mean, specifically about any of your creations? For example, for me, as I would prefer. For example, your dance item of Purush Prakriti, or your item of this
Eternal melody, eternal melody.
eternal melody, and this one about this labor and machinery.
Labor
These
machinery.
things are very, very contemporary. And can you tell us something about those, or about how you created that Tandava in Paris, as you were telling me?
Yes, when I was in America, Ananda Kumar Swami
Yes.
presented me a book called Mirror of Gesture. And this book had a plate of Nataraj. So in the bed I was just looking at it, going on for hours. It passed, I don't know how. Then I wanted to try. I had rather bad condition, I was living in the attic of a hotel.
Yes.
And as soon as I started, all the floor went crack like that,
Yes.
Then I had to stop. And then I went to the studio and started. So I found out that it was not only pose of Nataraj.
Yes. Not a static
It has
thing.
many movements.
Yes,
It
yes.
goes,
How it goes, huh?
you see, many movements. I wish I could dance for you and show
No,
you.
but why don't you show, I mean, the way you sort of...
Oh, you are doing beautifully.
No. Sorry, I'm so sorry to have done it.
No, you have to first practice each knuckle. Then this,
Wrist,
wrist. Then here. Then shoulder.
Eye. Okay.
You understand?
Beautiful.
But, all you have to know,
Yes.
you have to make friends with these. You must
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that you have a body and you can use them. All this work.
Yeah. Yes, it's remarkable. I first saw it, this movement in your snake charmers dance. I think it was long
I
back.
used it. I used it.
And then, of course, in many other things. And this is what was very original. I mean, this whole thing that you created. And then you created that center also.
Yes,
at
in
Almora.
Almora Center. I had to close down because there were a lot of trouble about food because of the Second World War.
Yes, yes, of course.
And we could not get conveyance. Children are unhappy.
Yes, yes.
Students wanted this, that, but we could not supply.
Yeah.
The whole thing was, it became a mess, then I had to stop it.
It's very, very unfortunate for us, for all of us, that it was, closed down. But at the same time, there are some points which someday I hope you will be able to explain or to tell the young people about is that there is a very important point whenever you organize the artists, that is the discipline. You must have some sort of discipline in an art organization, otherwise you cannot work. And as you said that you...
Most important.
That is the most important thing. But there is another, another point in it, which is very, very, what should I say, problematical. That is, the inner compulsion of an artist creates the inner discipline within him. But whenever you have a troupe, you have an organization...
Well, you have to teach them, you have to teach them.
Yes, you teach them.
Because you can imagine, no one thinks about it. When I take a troupe to Europe, America, for 5 or 6 months we go on rehearsing.
Yes.
That is stage work. These 5, 6 months we are teaching them how to eat, how to sit on the table, not take a fork and a knife and talk like this. You understand? How to take the fork and knife, how to use that, not to split anything on the table.
Yes.
You understand? Look yourself, so that people look at you and they like your country. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do live in such a way, don't go in politics.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about religion as well. I told them to read religious books and all that, philosophy and so on. Whenever there comes about politics or anything, say, I'm not in politics. But your look must be, you must create an environment of a man from a country which has such an old tradition.
Yes.
And old...
That's very important. Actually,
I had to do these things to our artists before I took them to Europe, America.
This is very important because they are actually the ambassadors of the country.
Quite.
And there is another thing which I wanted to ask you about. That's your film, which is a fantastic film, Kalpana, which I had seen long back. And
I did not know making of ABC of making film, but I did it.
How did you?
I don't know, God knows. It came to me, and the idea was to promote or make a propaganda for art and culture. And that film...
And you learned the technique of the film as you were going on.
Yes, starting.
That's very, very interesting. And you did it in Madras.
In Madras, Gemini Studio.
Gemini Studio. And the sets were also...
The sets were very funny. Mr. Vasan then was the manager there. I mean, he was the owner. So one day he said it will cost 7 lakhs at that time. 7 lakhs for sets only. So I said, impossible. So one day I saw these little blocks which you make building for the child.
Yes.
And I got an idea from that, and I gave order to make 4 by 4 blocks and all kind of geometrical problems and all that. And within 5, 10 minutes or 20 minutes, a thing was built. And then I had 20 coolies to build the same. And I had my manager.
Up, up, this side.